It is a cold morning here in Albuquerque, where in just a few hours, former President Donald Trump will be giving one of his final campaign speeches before the election on Tuesday. Now, to paint a picture for you, the News 22 team got here at 5 a.m. this morning, where dozens of Trump supporters were already lined up to enter the rally. We did talk to several of the people in line, one of which was camping since 8 p.m. last night. Here's what he had to say. This issue is hitting particularly close to home to people on the borderland, and they won't stop fighting for the change that they want to see. La Casa provides emergency shelter and transitional housing to families fleeing domestic violence, as well as a 24-hour hotline, youth programming, legal services, and a thrift store, and so much more. It's truly a saving grace for survivors. Holi isn't just an event to throw colored powder at people. It also has a very deep cultural significance tied to the Hindu gods. Now, some of the birds that get caught in this net right beside me are going to be making New Mexico their home for the winter, but a lot of them are going to keep migrating south, making getting banded just a hiccup in their migration journey. So what we're looking at here is a surface map and radar of the nation. As you can see, there's this weather system bringing in precipitation from the north. These states like Utah, Colorado, even New Mexico, and particularly Albuquerque are going to be seeing some rain going into the weekend. Things are starting to warm up quite a bit. You can see down here in Tampa, it was a really nice 76 degrees today. And if we travel over to the southwest area, we're seeing temperatures varying from 60s to 70s. But if we go up north a little bit, it's starting to get a lot rainier. We're starting to see some cloudy skies. And unfortunately, up here in the northern part of the country, they are still having some below freezing temperatures and quite a bit of snow. The state of New Mexico is facing a lawsuit from a collective of environmental groups. The suit alleges that regulators have failed to protect people in the state from the impacts of the oil and gas industry. Just outside the Las Cruces Border Patrol station, angry residents made their voices heard. About 100 people lined up with signs showing their discontent for the mass deportations sweeping the country. There have been more than 350 deportation flights out of the United States since the beginning of the year. These protesters are saying it's unjust and unpatriotic.
Now I'm here with all of the others who are immigrants here who deserve to be treated with justice and fairness just like everyone else.
This issue is hitting particularly close to home to people on the borderland, and they won't stop fighting for the change that they want to see. Marco Antonio Ulloa immigrated to the U.S. in 1958. He says it was much easier back then. It wasn't as hard to get your papers. I'm here because I'm a foreigner too, and I'm here to support us. His activism began with supporting Cesar Chavez in the Delano grape boycotts, and it hasn't ended there. We all have a right to live here because we are all immigrants. Even those in the White House right now. Trump's family, his wife is an immigrant. They want to kick out us Latinos and those with brown skin. Many immigrants, including students with active visas, have been deported without due process.
You can't just round people up and ship them out of the country. Democracy is under attack and we need to do something.
Protesters stressed the importance of following the Constitution. Some held American flags upside down, symbolizing the country in distress.
Patriotism is not just supporting blindly someone who wants to be a dictator.
Some protesters said the next step is for young people to get involved in elections and protests and to stand up for their country. Samantha Daitz, News 22. Birds are facing challenges during their migration journeys because of pollution, climate change. I talked to the NMSU Avian Migration Program to learn more about techniques like banding that are helping researchers figure out exactly how birds are being impacted.
A marsh wren.
NMSU student Danny Tipton has loved birds since he was 8 years old. And he has been banding them for almost 4 years. Danny assured me that the bird's safety is always the priority.
You always want to be considerate of a bird's stress levels while you're holding it, because obviously this isn't where they want to be. But it's completely safe for the birds. We take the utmost care to make sure that the birds are safe.
Bird banding is one of the most important techniques in identifying and keeping track of birds. First you catch the birds, then attach a band on the bird's leg.
That allows for scientists to learn about where birds are. If this bird gets banded and then gets collected elsewhere, then we can track where it's been and also collect information on its size. And so it's just good for research and understanding birds better.
Now, some of the birds that get caught in this net right beside me are going to be making New Mexico their home for the winter. But a lot of them are going to keep migrating south, making getting banded just a hiccup in their migration journey. The NMSU Avian Migration Program was founded after a migratory season when many birds died. Researchers wanted to know why.
And the overarching goal of the program is to study disaster ecology, so to prepare students to help understand the effects of natural disasters on birds.
A bunch of ducks flying along.
The Avian Migration Program hosts this event to teach the community about birds, and visitors get a chance to birdwatch while discovering the bosque in Mesilla.
We're having a bunch of different bird-related events trying to raise awareness and increase people's interest in birds and their behavior and ecology and all the interesting things they do.
There you go. See how
Students also learn how to properly hold the birds in hand.
it's so hard. It's like trying to describe how do you drive a stick shift. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just do
it.
Danny Tipton and his fellow students are contributing to research that may save millions of birds in the future.
All they want.
Samantha Daitz, News 22. Dancing, singing, and unapologetic joy. This is how people are rising against gender-based violence worldwide. 1 in 3 women will be beaten or raped in their lifetime. That's 1 billion women and girls. Since 2012, survivors and supporters around the world have gathered each February to show just what 1 billion women look like.
We've lost too many sisters, too many aunties, too many grandmothers, too many mothers, and we need to start showing up for each other.
Rosalba Ruiz says it's an act of love. She brought the 1 Billion Rising event back to Las Cruces for the first time in over a decade. Several organizations were there to provide resources and information, including La Casa Incorporated, the largest provider of domestic violence services in New Mexico. La Casa provides emergency shelter and transitional housing to families fleeing domestic violence, as well as a 24-hour hotline, youth programming, legal services, and a thrift store, and so much more. It's truly a saving grace for survivors.
We are here for you as La Casa, but there's so many other agencies that anywhere they can definitely come out and refer you to us or to any other agency, and I'm sure everyone is going to do their best to try and help you get out of that situation.
I think it's really important to let women know that, again, you don't have to be silenced, and it's okay to talk about these things. It's okay to come forward and that you're not alone. I think that in situations it can feel really lonely.
One of the main reasons for 1 Billion Rising is to show survivors they have a community to lean on. And through community, 1 billion women can rise. Samantha Daitz, News 22.